Welcome to the Going Strong podcast. Why Malika Andrews cover spark debate. Let a couple of people get in. Appreciate y'all showing up on my live. It's been a lot going on with Malika Andrews, and we know a lot of us in the sporting world know what she's about, but there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't, a lot of people that don't know what's going on. I just wanted to update some people, because this needs to be told. She was on a show recently, DeMar DeRozan's. She was on DeMar DeRozan's podcast, and she was talking a lot of stuff about mental health and the things that she was going through. And I know that mental health is bad in our society, and DeMar DeRozan, I know he suffers from that too also, and there's a lot of some more NBA people that suffer from it. I know Kevin Love came out and said he suffers from mental health, and she was going through some things on through some specific things that she was saying on the podcast, and I wanted to bring up some things just to update some people on, if they don't know much about Malika Andrews, because some people had asked me to do a show about it. So I'm just going to kind of bring up a couple of things. Bring up a couple of things real quick. Let's see.
I mean, I hope that, I try very hard to make it so that the things that I've experienced, I try to keep that in mind when I'm talking about players, right? I try to have that empathy
for sure,
and understand that I have a job to do, but also understand, I'm not here to play gotcha. I say you've heard me say this before, I always say, I want to be two things. I want to be accurate and I want to be fair.
For sure, yep.
And if I'm not one of those two things, you might not always like me, but this is my number. Please call me. And people have called and they've said that. And I say that oftentimes to before, especially before I'm talking to folks about something that is sensitive or tough, because these things come up. And it is hurtful. I think that's okay to say sometimes. It hurts. Even it doesn't matter if it is someone who is credible or someone with a big platform, or if it's someone in their mom's basement just firing off a post. Sometimes it is hurtful when that seeps through, particularly for me when it's not true.
Right. And
that's been the hardest part for me sometimes, is stomaching the falsehoods, particularly, this you hate black men, or think that couldn't be farther from the truth, and using my family or the way that my family looks as some sort of evidence of that. And that is just untrue.
For sure.
And is just unkind. And, we all have jobs to do, and we do our best. I try to do my best to show up every day in a way that you guys know what I'm about. And that doesn't mean that I've covered every story perfectly. It doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes, but I think I'm pretty good at saying to you guys in particular, could have been better there.
No question.
And that's, I think, what I hope we can keep as social media continues to be bigger in the world, that kindness and that humanity that I worry sometimes we're losing.
Yeah, and I feel like...
Now that's Malika Andrews talking to DeMar DeRozan on his podcast about some things that she was going through, and her understanding of why. I guess she don't really understand why people are attacking her. Um, she's saying, I'm not here to play gotcha and all these falsehoods. But to me, I see someone either she don't know what she's talking about or she may be mentally ill because um, for you not to understand how you portray men of color, then, well, I'm going to put it like this. I'm going to show you a couple of instances that, and then we'll sit back and we'll see what she says about those. Now, this is Adrian Payne, and she said this on the day that he passed away.
Shifting gears, former Michigan State star Adrian Payne was shot and killed in Orlando, Florida, early Monday morning, the Orange County Sheriff's Office said. And Payne was the 15th pick by the Atlanta Hawks in 2014, played 4 seasons in the NBA with multiple teams. In 2018, he was waived by the Magic after he was named in a report by ESPN's Outside the Lines that he'd been involved in an alleged sexual assault at Michigan State in 2010. No charges were filed in that case. Prior to playing in the NBA, Payne was a member of the All Big Ten second team in 2 of his 4 seasons with Michigan State.
Now that's her talking about Adrian Payne, and she brought up some things that wasn't, there was no reason to bring up. And for her to bring those things up, and her family is grieving, and to me, she shows no respect for this man who passed away by bringing up things that just had no business bringing up. And I seen a documentary with him, and he took heed to this young girl that had cancer, and he was visiting her. I think she passed away, but her mom, they did a documentary, and her mom, like, he would come see the girl in the hospital, and she would brighten up and open her eyes and everything. Man, he really, he brought the girl to the games and stuff, and Class A guy, man. I mean, he was, you don't know these people personally, but from what I could see, he didn't deserve for Malika Andrews to put that on his name on the day that he died, and especially for his family. So that's one instance. And so we have another instance where her colleague, a man named Jonathan Chaz, he's an NBA writer for The Ring, and he died of cancer. And this is how she treated. She said when he passed away, tell me, do you see any difference in this?
I do want to take a moment to acknowledge Jonathan Tjarks, an NBA writer for The Ringer, who died over the weekend after a battle with a rare form of cancer. And he was just 35 years old. Tjarks wrote extensively about the Mavericks, and we at NBA Today send our heartfelt condolences to his wife, Melissa, and his son, Jackson, and his entire family. NBA Today will be right back.
Now, that was short and to the point, with respect and honor. Wishes to the family, respectable, like you should act when you got someone that's moved on, that's transitioned. And that to me was total 180 from how she presented herself with Mr. Payne. So what is her problem as far as, like, she don't understand what she's doing, and she's trying to play the victim on DeMar DeRozan's podcast? And but we don't have to stop there. Let's keep going. Let's definitely keep going because there's more. Okay. Now, with her acting the way she does, a lot of people have noticed that she's really not, you know, in the best interest of everybody. This is a particular live ESPN show where they were doing, I think it was the in-season tournament, and they introduced her, and she was in-season tournament. And here, listen to this.
2023 NBA in-season tournament awards ceremony, ABC and ESPN's Malika Andrews.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by members of the Boys and Girls Club.
2023 NBA in-season tournament awards ceremony, ABC and ESPN's Malika Andrews.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by members of the Boys and Girls Club of
Now, she got booed right pretty much off the stage. And I guess, ESPN probably said something to her. And now she's on a tour trying to save her name, I guess, or I don't understand. She still don't understand what she did wrong. And I know she says she's not perfect or whatever, but these are 4 instances that I showed, and there's more. There's definitely more. I mean, I can't get to all the stuff today for sure, but here's another one.
With all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here. And it was frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics necessary in this situation. But the fact that it was able to go on all day, the fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning. Excuse me. I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I've already said he deserves to be fired, or he deserves to be there and handle it internally and privately. If you're not going to handle it privately, if you're going to publicize it in that fashion, then obviously it provokes everybody wanting to know, okay, well, who are the parties involved? When you have Amina Smith.
With all due.
Now, there's the little argument that Malika Andrews had with Stephen A. She tried to check him on his own show, and Stephen A. wasn't having it. She said we are not here to further blame women. He said he didn't deserve, I didn't think he deserved to be fired. They could at least, suspended him. And I was under the impression that I thought he was married to Nia Long, but he wasn't even married to her. So what are we doing? She was the one that was married. The lady she was married to the executive or the president or whatever. She was the one that was actually married. So I don't understand why they even went through the process that they went through. I understand that he's in a authority position, and I get that. So that should, to me, seems like it maybe like a suspension, maybe 10 games, 5 games, or whatever you're gonna do, but not firing from the whole team. And I don't even believe NBA might have jumped in on some stuff. So I don't know exactly what all went on, but this is another particular moment where Malika Andrews tries to uh, check a man, and she thought she was going to run that stuff on Stephen A. And she said, stop it. And Stephen A. said, no, you're not. This is my show. You know what I'm saying? This is my show. This is how I, and here's another instance that we have. And this is it was a draft, this past draft with Alabama second round pick Brandon Miller. And this is another sound bit. Take a listen to this.
Miller, his name did surface in court testimony involving a case where his former teammate and another man, they've been indicted for capital murder in the fatal shooting of 23-year-old Jamia Harris in January. The University of Alabama has described Miller as a cooperating witness. How is this factoring, if at all, into how teams are evaluating him?
Yeah, Malika, part of the
I don't think it would be brought up at all if it wasn't for Malika just bringing it up on national television right now.
Miller,
Now, that was on draft day, the NBA draft, and Malika Andrews brings up he was named and he was questioned in court testimony, and he was cooperating a witness, and they're gonna bring that up on his draft day, and he pretty much didn't have anything to do with it. Makes no sense. Now this is a track record that I'm showing over and over again, that all this stuff, you just don't just mistakenly do these things. This is a rap sheet. So we done laid out 4 or 5 things over and over again. And, the court of public opinion is not in her favor. Now, you got people that don't like this lady doing all these things, and they checking her. And so this is why she comes up with her on this show trying to play victim. And these are some comments made out from some people that I found on the net. Make no mistake about it, she's an op. ESPN gave her that platform for that purpose, no doubt. I believe that 100%. Why keep complaining about her or what she does? She obviously carries out the ESPN agenda, and they aren't going to do anything about it. Let's just be smart and boycott the damn show that she's on. Once those damn ratings drop, I bet they drop her then. You're right. Hey, and that's what I'm here to put it on blast. And I know she said one of the comments, she said, the people with the platforms and small platforms, which I have. I don't have a big platform, but I'll do my little part. And this one's from a truck driver. He said, I know hate is a strong word, but I hate her. Hey, I'm right there with you, my man. And then got another one says, until athletes call her out on this and refuse to speak to her, she's going to keep carrying this on. Yeah, and I don't understand, like, even a lot of stuff with Kendrick Perkins. She, checked him and stopped him from speaking in the middle of his conversation. He's trying to make a point, and it's just over and over again. Like, sooner or later, man, these guys got to say, you know what? Nah, we not having it no more. So, yeah, it's just crazy, man. I mean, over and over again, you see these things, and I wanted to share a lot of these things with you. So I think my time is going over. I didn't want to take too long, but let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. Malika Andrews, is she out there trying to get pity points? Is she sincere? Does she not know what she's doing? Let me know what you think. Appreciate y'all, and like and subscribe, and it helps the channel. And see you on the next video.